But oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What a head!
Yes, and welcome back to Onto the Ball. I'm your host, Scott Nichol, and I'm going to be joined momentarily by Travis Morgan, Manchester United fan. If he's not hiding behind the couch. Brighton 0, Manchester United 0, FA Cup semi-final in what has been a pretty drab affair, let's be honest. Just text Trav, see if he's coming. That's a good chance. Good chance for Brighton there. How's everyone doing? Let us know in the comments. My dog is a better defender than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is not playing. Thankfully for Trav. Trav set up a short today, basically saying the chances of Man United winning would increase with Harry Maguire not playing. And it certainly looks that way so far. Here's Travis right now. Travis, are you still awake? Are you still awake through this game?
I'm still awake, mate. It's not been great, has it? To be fair, it's been a game of 2 hours with not much happening, but yeah, extra time. It had it written all over it from about half an hour. I was saying, like, it was just, I don't think there was much happening in the game, to be fair. So, but
it was quite end to end the first half, wasn't it? It was a bit like a basketball game. And I thought this is going to be a good game, like you say, for the first 20 minutes, half an hour. And then it kind of turned into a bit of a tactical affair. And then the second half has been one of them. Neither side has wanted to lose.
Yeah, I think both teams, like you said, would rather not lose the game than go and try and win the game. I think Brighton have dominated the possession and stuff, but not really massively working De Gea. I think United would be quite pleased with like sort of how they've created like very few chances and stuff. But it'd be interesting to see. It looks like it could be going to penalties, to be fair. But
oof! Wow. Rashford just nearly scored. What minute are you on? I'm on 14:45.
I'm slightly behind you.
He's just tipped it round the post.
14:25.
Right, watch then. It's coming in a second. Oh, that's a good save from Sanchez.
Was it?
Oh, it took a deflection off the defender, which give it the zip. Oh, that's a worldy save. Worldy save. Fingertips round the post.
Oh, what a save. He was celebrating.
Got 5 people watching. Let us know in the comments what you think of the game. This is nail biting. Does everyone want a Manchester final? I think I do. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's what even the neutrals want.
Obviously, ideally Man United go out today, but for a neutral, I'd love a Manchester final in the FA Cup final. You can't beat FA Cup final day, can you?
No, it's a good day out.
If it's got a real underdog, it takes away a bit of the shine, doesn't it? So Manchester derby will do me fine.
Corner United, you've obviously seen it. Yeah, poor. Looks like
you're watching it on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah. Is it behind on there?
I'm just about to hit 16 minutes now. 16 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, you on iPlayer as well then?
iPlayer, yeah. Can you refresh it and pull it forward?
Yeah, I'll probably refresh it. Yeah. Let me try refreshing it.
Because we'll need to watch the pens together, of course, won't we? I don't want to be telling you that De Gea's just saved one before you've watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on half time now.
But yeah, so halftime. I've spent the whole game watching it, drooling over the Brighton players, to be honest.
Do you like a lot of them? Yeah.
Oh, McAllister, Caicedo, that Estupinian, the left back. I'd be better off just starting to support Brighton, to be honest. It'll be easier, quicker.
Yeah, they do play fabulous football. I think a lot of it comes from confidence as well, and like really like implementing how you want to play early. I mean, the manager, De Zerbi, always goes on a lot about how Potter already had the infrastructure set up, which Potter's Brighton did play some good football, but I think what he's done is taken it to another level. And they've got a really good balance between that English hard working determination, winning second balls and stuff, and then they've got the technical element as well. They're such good passers on the ball. Even Webster today, next to Lewis Dunk,
Yeah,
has,
I was
has
going
been
to say Lewis
solid as
Dunk
well.
is
Like
by
solid.
Lewis Dunk's been ace, hasn't he?
Yeah, really good. Really good. And there's no excuse. Like, do you know what I mean? Clubs are picking these players up for, in the context of football, next to nothing. You don't have to go out and spend 200, 300, 400 million all the time to build a good side. And it's games like this that just make me feel like United have got a lot more work to do than you originally think.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way they play out. I mean, Gross at right back. He's not a right back.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it by watching the game, would you?
Solly March as well. That Enciso.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's that Enciso? Is he another? Don't tell me he's another £2 million South American
Probably,
nugget.
mate. I genuinely do
Pressing on
not
him
know
now.
where he's from, mate.
Paraguay, 19 years old.
It's a joke, isn't it? Where they're picking these boys up from. But they obviously have a network that they trust, because a lot of their like Estupinian and stuff, he's Colombian, I think. So it's
Libertad they got Enciso from.
exactly.
2022, he played 14 games and scored 11 goals.
Caicedo, Ecuadorian, McAllister's
Yeah.
Argentinian. They're obviously dipping into the South American market very effectively. And obviously Matoma's the standout, who I think's been on the periphery of the game today. I don't think he's been massively effective. He's always a threat though, but I think
he has. But do you know what? When I watch him, I think Matoma is the closest I've seen to a raw Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a big billing.
Yeah.
But that's me. I make big billings. I've been comparing Anthony to Arjen Robben for a couple of months now. So
I think Wan-Bissaka's been our best player. I think Wan-Bissaka's been our best player. I think
he's done
dealt
decent,
with
hasn't
very well. He has done very well.
What did you think of Casemiro's yellow card?
I thought he was going to get sent off.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get sent off. Why can't he just calm down? What is
every tackle is just like a lunge. I was like, what is going on? Like every single tackle's just been a lunge, mate. But yeah, I think it's got pens written all over it now. I think if anyone scores, there's not going to be 2 goals in this game. It's going to be 1-0 or penalties without a shadow of a doubt. I can't see more than 1 goal in this game, to be fair. But yeah, I think either side, whoever makes the final, is going to have the work cut out against Manchester City anyway. So I think
absolutely
it's going to be very difficult.
I'm going to hide this flash score thing down the bottom because I can see I'm a minute behind on the TV. What minute are you on now? Have you refreshed it?
Let me refresh it again.
Good handling by De Gea. I'm on just coming up for 17 minutes. De Gea's just made a nice save.
Yeah, I'm on 17 now. Yeah, stunk. Good shot. Yeah, good hands from De Gea.
But yeah, Caicedo, what a player. Wow.
Yeah.
I seen a report today saying that he's linked, or not so much linked, but it's his dream to play Real Madrid. I mean, who hasn't got a dream to play for Real Madrid, Barcelona? But at the same time, if he's available for 60, 70 million,
yeah,
Real Madrid could easily just scoop him, couldn't they? If Jude Bellingham is, not refusing to go Real Madrid, but maybe Jude Bellingham thinks it's too early in his career for Real Madrid. So if he's snubbing them, you could see them swooping Caicedo. He could play at the highest level, couldn't he? Oh
yeah, definitely. I think the difficulty is that, like you said, McAllister's being linked with a move away as well to either Liverpool or United. It's going to be the whole midfield ripped apart all in one season. They keep losing players and they keep replacing them very well. Obviously, they lost Morpay when he was on absolute flames. They've lost a couple of other players as well over the years, but they remind me of Trossard and stuff like that. They remind me of like a Southampton back in the day. Obviously, Dortmund do it. They're very good in the market. So I think no matter who leaves, it's sort of part of their model. They recruit these big fees for these players, sell on value through the roof, and then just getting these cheap South American players. And it's just as you were. But they've got a top-class coach as well. So I think they're in good hands, Brighton. They really are.
I was thinking of Southampton earlier. Like, at what point were Southampton offloading the Dejan Lovrens, Adam Lallanas, Virgil van Dijk's, Sadio Mane's? At what point is it like that's enough money? It's good money, and we sell and then refresh? Because obviously Brighton are going to have a point. Because no disrespect to them, but they're obviously a small club. There's going to come a point where they're like, yeah, we're cashing in. That's a great price considering when they paid, 5 million for him, sell him for 70 million, then go and find the next little nugget. I mean, it's inevitable it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. And it depends. Like you said, I think with a coach like they've got, everyone's adaptable. Like you said, you're seeing Gross playing at right back today. It's just because everyone's so technically comfortable, it just doesn't really matter where people are playing. Everybody likes the ball to the feet. Everybody is comfortable under pressure. I think that's the major difference between their players and our players. And I think some of that has to come a little bit down to Ten Hag. But at the same time as well, I mean, if you look at the players that are missing today, I know Varane's not 100% the best ball playing centre half. He brings different attributes in terms of a blend. But Martinez is such a big miss for us when we're trying to build up play. When we haven't got Martinez, we just look like a totally different team. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka's not renowned for his ball playing abilities. So I've seen on Twitter a few people hammering our front line saying that they've been poor. But what do you expect when the ball's just being boomed by De Gea all the time because he can't pass it short? It's just, it all has a knock-on effect.
Absolutely. How on earth have Brighton gone into this game favourites? I mean, the bookies don't often get it wrong, but Man United are above them in the league. They're obviously Man United. Is it purely down to the injuries of your two main centre-backs?
Yeah, it's purely down to that. And the fact that obviously the players that come in for those players generally make mistakes. Like, you've not seen any mistakes today without Maguire in the side. So it looks like my thought was bang on the money.
The shorts went down well today.
Mate,
people are falling over themselves to agree with you.
I'm telling you now, it's not rocket science, is it? He's out the side and the team's made no mistakes. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm picking on him, but come on. You've not seen anything calamitous happen today. I mean, there's still time for one last calamitous moment.
Rush is in. Oh, I thought that was in.
Was it?
What are you on? I'm on 21-15.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I've just skipped to live now. Yeah, Rash.
I wouldn't mind seeing how that didn't go in.
I think it was wider than it looked. Yes, it was wide. Keeper had it covered.
This would be a good angle.
Yeah, keeper had that one covered.
Yeah, it was just veering out the wrong way, wasn't it?
Players looking a bit tired now. Oh, Weghorst. Weghorst. Oh my God. That was a handball. It was a handball. But Weghorst movement is literally so immobile. It's an actual joke.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Who did he come on for? I'm just looking now.
I think he came on. Was it
Fernandez?
Fernandez, yeah.
Fernandez, Malacia for Wan-Bissaka.
If we can just get over the line, I don't know how we're going to be in a penalty shootout. I don't actually fancy us in a penalty shootout. To be fair, De Gea
just because of De Gea.
Well, his penalty record's dreadful. It's not good at all. He's not good at saving penalties at all.
Brighton have only made 2 changes as well. You've made all 5.
That could be telling the last 5 minutes. Brighton, oh, good defending. I think Luke Shaw's done all right at centre half as well. So he's not orthodox. Oh, Matoma. Oh, they're in. They're going to score.
Am I behind?
That's a foul. Oh, it's a foul on De Gea, slightly. De Gea did well.
Whoa. Oof.
Yeah, he cleaned him out. I thought that was going to be a goal.
Yeah, it looked it, didn't it? Brighton, how they've just dominated you, haven't they? Although saying that they've dominated you with possession, I think the clearest cut chances or the most intent going forward has gone to Man United.
Yeah,
a few times I thought Rash and Martial are going to get in here.
I agree. I think like I said, we've had the better chances. On the tweet that I put out, we've had the better chances and they've dominated the ball a lot more. So I just think it could go either way. It really could go either way. It's just, like I said, there's just no telling. Matoma really did catch De Gea there badly.
Yeah, he did. I'm surprised De Gea was trying to save that with his feet. Normally when it goes in the box like you'd be down with your hands, wouldn't you?
He always goes with his legs there, doesn't he? I don't know why he trusts his feet more than his hands, but he seems to do that a lot. He's always been renowned for saving things with his feet, and back in the day, he was really good with it. It's just his distributions. But I can't moan. Do you know what I mean? I can't have it both ways. I can't say he shouldn't pass it short because he can't do it, and then when he booms it long, I hammer him as well. I know we need a new goalkeeper. I know we need a new goalkeeper. So
just hammer him, bro. Just hammer him.
It's just about biding my time. I know we need a new goalkeeper, but that is, I'd rather him do what he did today than pass it straight to their striker 3 yards out. I genuinely would. So I can't moan. Yeah, Brighton look dead on their feet, to be fair. Malassia's on as well. Yeah, looks like pens are incoming. So
Five minutes left.
yeah. Five minutes left. Weghorst. He kept the ball. He spun in behind. Let's see his pace. Come on, Weghorst. Oh my God, that's a foul, surely. He's giving it as well.
Weghorst.
Riling up the crowd. Look at him. Come on! giving it stats. Come on! Weghorst giving it stats.
Weghorst and paste.
Oh,
it's a new for Onto the Ball.
Weghorst, mate. If Weghorst gets the winner, it's absolute limbs. 5 minutes to go. Weghorst winner, mate. Who's delivering this? Sabitzer. Come on, we need a good delivery. Just in off someone's bum. I don't care how it goes in. But we've only got a couple of players in the box. We haven't really got a massive aerial threat. Sabitzer, is it going to be a good delivery?
No. How is
straight out of play?
Maguire suspended. Yellow cards.
Yeah. Totting up.
Straight out.
Poor free kick, wasn't it? Gave it the big build up, then he whips it out of play. Typical. But yeah, I don't even know who I have on. Obviously, Rashford's going to take a pen. I don't know. Bruno's come off now, so no pen from him. No pen from Eriksen.
Eriksen's still on.
He's off. Literally, it's Sancho, Rashford, Weghorst, McTom, Lindelof maybe. I don't know. Luke Shaw might step up. I literally can't think of who else would take pens in our team, to be fair. We might not need pens. Casemiro! Oh, good save.
I'm miles behind. How did you end up in front of me?
I don't actually know.
Can I refresh it?
Yeah, good little bit of skill, to be fair. Weghorst wanted it. United pressing. They don't want pens. Sancho. Give it wide. Nice. Rashford, don't shoot. Good ball. Get round him. Get round him. Wait for Dallo. Oh.
Man United are piling on the pressure now. They don't want pens, do they?
Poor ball from Shaw. No, they don't want pens. 3 minutes left. Brighton will probably want pens. They've probably practiced them, and I bet their keeper's better than ours.
I can imagine that's why they haven't made 5 subs. Do you think all the best penalty takers are on the pitch?
Yeah, I think so.
Caicedo, man of the match. That figures.
No surprise here.
He's top drawer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's class. I just hope Brighton get a bit nervous and just shank a load of their penalties wide or something. That's what I'm hoping for, mate.
De Gea, the hero, after Thursday night.
Could you imagine?
This just happens in football, doesn't it? Remember the time Dudek threw a couple in against Man United?
Yeah.
Diego Forlan.
At Anfield.
Hero, yeah. I'm sure he was the hero in the League Cup final a week later, still against Man United.
It was Malacia. Poor defending from Malacia. Oh, corner. Really poor defending.
Who's that? Turning them inside out. Is that Solly March?
Yeah.
Number 7.
Malassi looked all over the place. It didn't stand. He was just diving in like a. Look at De Gea there. That was ready to sneak in the near post, weren't it? This is going to be last minute Brighton heartbreak. I can just see it, mate.
I can't call it, man. I really can't call it.
I reckon it will be, We've defended decent up to this point, but I can just see a little twist in the tail, a little Brighton winner, to be fair. A little bit of movement. Here we go. Oh, no, away. Little cushion volley back. It looks like it's going to go into penalties. Nearly in the 30th minute now. Probably be a minute added on.
30.
Yeah, 29:37. 20 seconds left of extra time before added time and extra time. Probably be a minute and then straight into the pens.
It's out for a throw in. The tension, I can see it on your face. Listen, the FA Cup and the League Cup, obviously, yeah, they're not as prestigious as the League and the Champions League. But when you get to a semi-final, you just want to get over the line and get in that final, don't you?
Yeah, especially when City's on the line as well. I mean, like I said, I can't see us beating City, but in a one-off game, in a final, you just never know. You just want to get there, though. You just want to make sure you're there for the occasion. Hopefully, have Varane back by then. I mean, we've got to win this penalty shootout first. If it goes to penalties, we've got a last-minute free kick, which I'm sure we're going to load in, get players in there. One last chance, 30 seconds left. Let's just see how this goes. Come on, just one delivery, Shaw. Veghorst's pointing where he wants it.
Come on, Brighton. Just one clearance.
I don't know why. I don't know why he's pointing where he wants it, because he won't be able to get it anyway. Shaw's delivery straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Poor. Yeah, it's going pens.
That was a shot on target, at least.
There it is, penalties.
Is that it?
Mm.
Let me refresh my feed. How do I do this?
There's the.
I'll do that.
Pens, man.
Rash. How are you refreshing it? Do you close it?
I've just got it on a browser on Google, Google Chrome. So I just refresh it in the top left.
Oh yeah.
Done it. Mine's on a separate tablet. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. You've got another screen, haven't you?
I can hear Gary Lineker talking now, but you can't hear it through my headphones or anything, can you?
No, I can't hear it through your headphones.
No, I just turned it off again. Penalties it is.
Penalties. I literally don't know. I don't know who's going to step up. Like I am sweating because I'm thinking, obviously, De Gea is not got a good record with penalty shootouts. So I'm expecting to be holding an L within the next 10 minutes. But if we can just somehow, some Brighton players just get nervous, just strike a couple poor penalties. I don't know. I'm sure we would have been practicing them for this eventuality. It's just about who's stepping up now. Steve McLaren's going through, who's got the bottle. It's all about nerve. Do you know what I mean? You can be the best player in the world, mate, but stepping up 12 yards away with a crowd. Hopefully we can go behind the United. Hopefully we can go behind the United end as well. That'll make things a little bit more tense for them.
Who's your sub goalkeeper? There's nothing crazy like
Jack Butland.
Jack Butland. Yeah, he used to be decent, didn't he?
Yeah, he weren't too bad.
But yeah, I remember Chelsea had put Kepa on for the penalty shootout and then still got beat to my beloved Liverpool.
But the year before they bought him on over Mendy and they won it. So they did it again and it didn't happen against you, did it? But
yeah.
Interesting.
Call it. What's going to happen?
I reckon a United loss and now it's gone to penalties. We needed to beat them in normal time. Yeah, we're not. I can't remember the last time we actually won a penalty shootout, to be fair. Like, we've been knocked out of Carabao Cups by like League One opposition on pens and stuff before in recent times. Honestly, we're so bad at penalties. I think Middlesbrough knocked us out a few years ago in penalties. So yeah, I'm not confident. I could do with Schmeichel in goal. He's speaking in the studio, isn't he?
Yeah.
Could do with him in net.
Dalaval's in. How you doing, Dalaval? You okay, bud?
How you doing, Dalaval?
With the standard, come on, Brighton, make Travis
cry. That's awful. That from Dalaval.
That's fighting talk, Dalaval. Love it. Up the Reds. flipping the coin now.
Are they? What end is it at? Brighton end?
It looks like Brighton have won the toss. He's asking the Brighton guy. Or is that who picks first? So they flip one
Brighton.
for the end it's in, and then flip one to find out who takes first penalty or chooses.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they do 2 flips, one for the end, one for gone De Gea, rig it. I think De Gea is trying to rig it. I think it's at the United end.
I looked at the Brighton lad won it. He looked at him and then pointed
I think
that way.
he won the second toss to choose whether he was going first or second. Or did he win it? He might have won it,
I think he won both the tosses.
Did he?
That's what it looked like to me. He looked at him both times after both tosses.
I know this Sanchez is a good keeper. I don't know what he's like penalty-wise, though. Lindelof G'ing up the boys. Do you know what? As well, in penalty shootouts, our renowned penalty takers miss a lot in pens. I can remember the Champions League Moscow 2008. Ronaldo stepped up, missed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's behind the Brighton end.
Did
and
Giggs miss?
To go for. I know Anelka missed their last penalty.
Nani?
It was Ronaldo, and I can't remember now.
Right, this is it.
This is it. McAllister up first. Best penalty takers up first. Get it out of the way. Get the lead stretched.
Is he decent at pens? Is he? Do you know?
Yeah, he's decent at everything, mate. He's just he's just very good, isn't he?
He's just decent.
He's just won the World Cup. Do you think he's missing this? He don't even look like he's. He don't even look like he's gonna miss.
God, the rain's coming down, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon he's going keeper's bottom left. That's where I would go. Because you probably think he's going to give the keeper the eyes, and then he'll just go left hand side. Told you. Yeah, I knew you'd go that way.
Nice.
Because you always think he's going eyes. I just know. See,
you don't save balls.
Put me in there. I'd save a couple of these, mate. Telling you, I knew he'd go that way. 1-0 Brighton, good start for them. Who's up for us first?
Casemiro. Oh, Dalaval's ruining it for us. Casemiro.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm going to stop reading the comments and watch it live.
I don't know what Casemiro's like on pens, but I'm very, very anxious about
him. I won't tell you what Dalaval just said then.
Oh, no. He's missed then, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, nice.
No.
Good start, Cass.
Nice.
Easy as you like. 1-1. Good pen. Keeper went early then.
Yeah. See, keepers, some of them have a system where they think, I'm not going to move from the centre and try and guess what was every time. And if everyone buries it in the corner, they look a bit silly. I remember Dida in the Champions League final, 2005, Istanbul. He dived to his right every penalty. So he was obviously thinking, if
one of them's got to go to the right.
One or two of them surely I'll save, and he did save John Arna-Risa, but thankfully the other 4 went in that corner, and he looked silly every time.
Yeah. Oh, what a pen!
Oh,
nice. Great pen. Top bins.
Is that
Come on, De Gea, just one. Just one. Yeah, that was
2 keepers don't save that, do they? We've got 7 people watching.
Right in the top.
Let us know in the comments what you think.
Oh, Diogo Dalot. Technically decent. I'm quite confident with him. He might miss, but I'm very confident with Dalot, actually. He strikes the ball well. You watch him blast it over the bar. But he does.
You give him a big build up.
He normally strikes the ball well. He looks confident. Oh, it's a big run up. Oh, I've gone a bit nervous. Little shimmy to the side. Come on, Doug.
Oh, I don't like
great pen. Really good penalty. Really good penalty.
Sanchez dived the right way as well.
Really good penalty. Right in the corner. Love that.
My hands are sweating. Why am I sweating?
Because you want us to lose.
I don't care.
Of course you care. You want us out of 2 cups in 2 days, mate.
Yeah, I forgot about
that. This is Undav, I think.
The quadruple is crumbling.
I know. Exactly.
Who's this?
And then Undav, I think. Come on, De Gea. Just one save. All I ask from you. I've never seen you save a penalty in a penalty shootout. Just one save. He's going to miss you now. I think he's nervous. Oh! Great pen.
He's a great pen
Really
so far,
good
isn't
pen.
he?
I know, really good pen. Really
No
good
mistake.
pen. He read it as well. He read that. It's a good penalty right in the corner. Pressure back on United.
I'm not enjoying this camera angle. The pens are getting taken. I like to be like right behind it. I remember.
No, I like a replay. Oh no.
Sancho.
No. This is a miss.
You're not having him.
He is 100% missing. He looks like a bag of nerves, mate. I just know it without a shadow of a doubt. He looks
Sanchez
petrified.
versus Sancho.
He looks petrified. Oh,
Yeah,
I love that. I love that, Sancho. I love that, Sancho.
Nice.
I absolutely love that, mate. You defied all the odds. That was straight in the top bin, mate. Come on, David. Just one save, brother.
Just one save.
What a pen that was from Sancho, man. De Gea, come on, mate.
Come on. De Gea's got all the penalty takers on his water bottle. That old trick, that old chestnut.
No, get your finger out, De Gea, and save one, man. Get your gloves out and save one. Come on. This is going low to one of the corners. I don't know which one, but it's going low. So it just needs to go low. Come on, this is De Gea. This is De Gea now.
I give him the big villain.
This is De Gea now. Come on.
Quality left back.
This is David.
I don't like left-footed penalty takers, though.
Come on, David. Be the hero. Oh, it's just so like, it just don't...
Come on, Brighton.
Just lacks conviction, man. He's not going to save it. He's really not. He's not going to save one. I know. And I know that our next penalty we're going to miss and they're just going to win on the 5th pen. I know it. I know for a fact.
To be fair,
they've
been quality pens so far, aren't they?
Our regular penalty taker. They have. But I don't know. He looks nervous like I do.
No,
I'm feeling nervous now. No, he's not ice. He's not ice. I can just feel it, man. I think he's going to go keep his bottom right.
I think you've said that about every Man United penalty taker so far.
Oh, be nice.
Yeah, you're tempting fate. No, he's going to miss. He's going to miss. Oh, nice.
Is he nervous?
Come on, Sanchez.
Yeah, he does look nervous.
No, he doesn't. He's ice.
Yo, what a pen. Keeper went right side and it's beautiful from Rash. Come on, De Gea, please. Just save this pen, whatever you do, mate. I don't care what you do. These pens have been ridiculous.
They've been either top corner or side netting, low side netting every one.
Why is he looking at his bottle for? It's not doing anything.
Got the names. He's got the names on it, and whether they like to take it left or right.
They've scored every time. Forget the bottle.
Yeah.
Forget the bottle. Right, Lewis Dunk's going to miss, you know. He looks nervous. Look, he's looking at the floor. I know, he's going to blast this over. Put your laces through it, Dunk, and blast it over the stands. That's exactly what we want.
Come on, Lewis.
No, keep his bottom left.
He's got a short run up as well.
Yeah, that means he's been practicing him.
You think?
Yeah, I told you. Keep his bottom left. I told you. Look, you can see when players aren't confident, they go to the side. You just know they're not going to whip it eyes there. Oh,
sudden death. Sudden death all the way now.
Oh, I could see he was going to go that side. It's so obvious. Sabitzer. I don't know what he's like at pens. We're going out. This is the one.
Oh,
this is the one.
This is what is it? Because he's a lone dead cat.
This is the nail biter.
He hasn't got the club in his blood. It's going to be a fall guy.
This is the nail biter, innit?
Come on, Sanchez.
Mine's gone off.
Oh, nice pen. Nice pen.
Oh, really nice. Really nice. Really nice. Really nice.
5-5. Keepers absolutely nowhere for anything.
De Gea, please. These are the men that don't want to take it now. These are the ones. These are the ones where you're seeing them getting blazed over the bar and all sorts.
They didn't have the kahunas to step up to the first 5, and now they get made to. Like, because no one's in the team like, yeah, I'll go 7th penalty.
I know. Oh, this guy, come on, mate.
This is the angle I want, Trav. I want that angle to watch
that
the
angle.
pens.
Yeah, this
Liverpool
is what
Chelsea
we want.
was all that angle. I love it
De
when he's
Gea,
right
please
behind.
go low. Dive with your hands. De Gea sits down. He don't actually dive. Watch him. He don't actually dive with his arms. He just sits down. He's going to miss. Come on, to your right, De Gea.
Yes.
To your right. Oh, he scored then. Look, he
Who's that?
sits down.
Webster.
This keeper, man.
6'5".
De Gea.
6'5".
He does not look like saving a pen in a month of Sundays. He really doesn't.
Neither Sanchez, though. Let's be honest, man. As long as everyone's
Yeah.
sticking him in the top bag, top bins, it's going to be about 15-15.
Who's next?
We need a Kepa to take one and blaze it over the bar like a goal.
If it goes to keepers, we definitely. Oh, Weghorst.
Oh no, not the derided
I'm
Weghorst.
surprised he's even got the power to reach the net. Oh, good pen. His
Oh,
foot nearly went with it though. He shoveled it in, didn't he? He shoveled it in. He shoveled that in. Weghorst. Oh, WD-40 strike from Weghorst, mate. Stiffest pen. Stiffest pen. Who's this? Oh, this is March now.
Oh, football for errors in the comments. Sorry, Jose, I can't read the comments because Dalaval keeps writing if they've scored or not. So I don't want to look because we're about a minute behind. I'll catch up soon, brother.
Are they saying Travis is crying or something?
I don't know. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't read the small writing. So I don't know. But we're 6-6. 6-6 and Brighton to take.
De Gea, come on, mate. Come on, mate. Just show me why you're a goalkeeper. Yes! Over! Come on! Come on! I beg you, bag. Whoever it is, just put it in. Just put it in the net. I could tell he was nervous.
Oh,
come on.
Solly March. I was saying he was hard as well only 10 minutes ago.
Come on. Come on.
Was that a left-footed pen as well?
I don't know. Yeah, it was a left foot. Straight over the bar, man.
I don't like left-footers.
Solly March miss. Who's next?
Left-footers are not built to take penalties.
Oh, and he's just got underneath it, hasn't he?
That's awful.
Who's this now? Please
That's
be someone
awful.
Oh, Lindelof. Yeah, the Iceman. Come on, Iceman. I beg you, bag.
That was how someone was going to miss, though, wasn't it? By missing the target because the keepers have not saved anything.
Come on! Get in there! Iceman Lindelof! Baby! And it's another final for the Reds! Get in!
There we have it. An all-Manchester final.
We just keep reaching finals, boys. Tears of joy, Dalaval. Tears of joy. Get in there.
Let's see what's happening. 6-5 Brighton.
Beautiful.
Jose, vamos Brighton.
Vamos! United.
6.
Get in there. Huge. Big final against City, behind. Man. I don't care how far behind I am, boys. It's another final for the Reds. Massive.
Man United are winning. So lucky as always. Let's see. It looks like we were about 9 minutes behind, Trav.
Were we?
I don't know. They've been writing ages ago. Like... It was well over. Man United are through. Hope Man City demolish you in the final. Yeah, me too, Dalaval. Me too.
They will, but it's nice. It's progress.
Man City will destroy you in the final. Maybe he can draft Ollie in just for the final. Do you think? Because he always got a result against Man City, didn't he? I
know he did. He had a good record against them. Yeah, we got so lucky. Brighton didn't have their finishing boots on. Yeah, and the penalty shoot. I don't know about luck. They dominated the game, but I don't think they had clear cut chances. To be fair, I don't think they had any better chances than us. To be fair to us, I think it was a pretty even game. I thought Brighton had more of the ball, were more competent playing through the lines, and their patterns with their build-up was much better than ours, much better. But we looked dangerous on the counter-attack and probably had better chances. But I think 0-0 and penalties was about the fair result, to be fair. Either side could have won it. I'm just glad we've come out on top. It's an all-Manchester derby. I'll be ready for that.
They needed more than Welbeck up top, didn't they? What age is Welbeck now?
32, maybe. That's brilliant. We dug in. We had to dig in.
Yeah,
had 32. To dig in. We had to dig in. And like you said, credit to Brighton. I mean, they were the favourites going into the game. And you can see why they've still got an outside chance of getting in the Champions League places as well. It's not over for them. They've got a couple of games in hand. I think if they win midweek, they go above you again. So yeah, there's still plenty for Brighton to play for this season without a shadow of a doubt. But I'm just buzzing with that victory, mate. I'm very, very happy to get through that because I thought we'd get battered, but
what was the score on pens? 7-6.
7-6, yeah. Just gonna go and get a bottle of water.
Okay, mate.
Get in!
So there we have it. Manchester United through to another FA Cup final. Let's be honest, for the neutrals, it's the game we wanted to see. Although Brighton would have given Man City a game. I'm sure they would have. What a fantastic side Brighton have got. They're heartbroken. Solly March is absolutely heartbroken. Solly March was with Brighton for like all through the Championship and League One, I think he was, Trav. Solly March has come all the way up with them and stayed with them, and he's cut his cloth in the Premier League really well.
Yeah.
Remember, finals are only remembered for the winners, so City will destroy you.
Football Forever, just remember it's 1 each on games this season. We beat them at Old Trafford. They beat us.
What is it on aggregate though?
About 10-2. no, it's 7-2. It's 7-2. It's 7-2.
They missed Evan Ferguson. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, without
Travis is happy to lose another final.
Look,
Naz Ventures, Naz, my man. Naz has joined us. How you doing, brother? Okay.
Naz.
City going to win the league, beat United for the double, then beat one of the Milan teams for the treble.
I can't.
Has that made your blood run cold, Travis?
Massively, mate. Like I said, when I put the show out, I'm petrified that it's going to happen. I mean, the signs are ominous. They took Sheffield United away, as you would expect. I think we'll have to come up with a game plan to stop them. I mean, we've done it once already. The difference is we had everyone fit in that game. Everyone was at full strength. There was a leak today that Varane might be missing the rest of the season after the ankle scans look worse than first feared. I wouldn't like to go into the City game with that back five that played today, put it that way. It will get absolutely ram ragged. Whether City take the chances on the day, which you wouldn't put a bet against Haaland doing that, then you'd have to say that City are going to go into that game overwhelming favourites. But if you look at the stats there, as I've just said, possession was very, very dominant from Brighton's perspective. But if you look at the chances, we both had same shots on goal, similar on target. Shots off goal was similar as well. Corners, free kicks. It was a very, very even game. You can't necessarily...
Yeah, it was even, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think you can definitely categorically say Brighton will be kicking themselves through losing it. A penalty shootout is a lottery. It can go either way. Like I said, neither keeper covered themselves in glory in terms of saves. I think when you're a keeper... To be
fair, they were quality pens though, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't always... I mean, I was hammering De Gea through that penalty shootout, and like you said, Sanchez was exactly the same, but sometimes the penalties have just struck that well. It took one to go off target for that to end. Do you know what I mean? Like, none of the keepers were ever going to save any of those penalties. They were very, very well struck. And the thing is, somebody has to lose a penalty shootout. It's just a shame from a Brighton perspective that they didn't come out on top, because they probably would have deserved that. They deserved a shot at a final this year. They've had a great season, and what they can't do is just let that knock the stuffing out of them. They've got plenty to play for this season. They've still got some big games. I think they've still got to play United. They've still got to play against Arsenal as well, and they've still got some big games that they can do well in, and they're going to have a big impact on the title race and where the Champions League spots finish as well.
Anything can happen in football, but United need a lot of luck to beat City right now. Absolutely. But that's the thing, agree. Like over 90 minutes, anything can happen, or 120 minutes, or a penalty shootout. When is the FA Cup final, Trav? Do you know?
It'll be late. I'm guessing the season will finish, then you'll have a week off. So the season finishes May. Is it May the 27th? Yeah, it might finish late this year. I think the season will finish and then you'll have the FA Cup final the week. They normally finish the season, then have the FA Cup the week after, and then the Champions League finals the Wednesday after. But because I think the season finishes like May the 30th, they might have to do it where the cup final is like a week before the season ends. Then they'll have the final round of Premier League fixtures, and then if Man City,
June the 3rd.
That's late. What's June the 3rd? The Champions League final?
No, FA Cup final. So the league ends on Saturday the 27th.
So it's the week.
Then it's the FA Cup final. So I presume the Champions League final is Saturday, June the 10th, because it's always on a Saturday now, isn't it?
Very late, isn't it? That's very
City
late.
have got good rest in between all these games, though, haven't they? Like it's a week between each game. It's not like they've got Champions League on a Wednesday, FA Cup final on a Saturday, then a Champions League final the next Wednesday. They've got like a week apart.
Look, these are the moments where City's squad's coming to fruition now, isn't it? I mean, we talk about a squad earlier in the season, and when games are like being played one a week, maybe max 2 a week, the squad doesn't really matter. I mean, if Man City were to pick up a couple of knocks now, they could easily deal with it without a shadow of a doubt. They're the only side that you can categorically say can deal with any injury. Arsenal without Saliba, they've not dealt with that. Us without our 2 centre-halves, we've gone out of a cup. We don't look the same team when we have a couple of players out. And this City team, with rest and with everyone fit in the squad, literally every single player is fit. Foden was the last player who was injured. He's come back now. So like you said, the treble, the odds will be short on it now. I don't think you'd get any money back if you stuck a tenner on it. Because to me, I think they should win the treble now. I really do. I can't see any team who's going to derail them. I really can't.
Well, Real Madrid might. Home and away, Real Madrid, obviously, as we all know, they can cause anyone problems. And as I've said in a short couple of days ago, that is the final, because Man City will absolutely slap Inter Milan or AC Milan. But it's
and that's the thing as well. That's the thing as well, Scott, because you make a good point, because we've said this about City before, where they should have won semi-finals when they had them against Spurs and stuff like that, and they've come a cropper, and it has sort of affected the rest of the season. Now, if they were to lose to Real Madrid over 2 legs, you don't know what sort of effect that would have on the rest of the season. I don't think they would implode and not win anything from this position, but you just never know. Like, will they have the same sort of like aggression and intensity in an FA Cup final if they've not won the Champions League? Will it demotivate everyone and knock the stuffing out of the fan base and the players and things like that? So like you said, you make an interesting point with the Real Madrid game. I keep thinking that they're already in the final, to be fair. But they're not. Real Madrid know their way around the competition more than anyone. So like you said, it is the final, those 2 legs, and I'll be watching that closely, mate, to be fair.
I think Real Madrid will probably class themselves as favourites to go through to the final, do you think?
Yeah, there's no reason why.
It's just their bread and butter, isn't it? They do the Champions League, and it really is as simple as that.
Yeah, and Man City, like they're very dominant, but they'll know if they give chances on the counter attack away to Real Madrid, they will get punished by Real Madrid. But Real Madrid are probably one of the best counter attacking teams over 2 legs in that competition. Like you said, they don't even need to be playing well in a game, and they can pull you to shreds, tear you apart. So yeah, that Real Madrid game is going to be absolutely massive. And just elaborating on your point, I think that game, that 2-legged tie, is going to have a huge bearing on the rest of the season for everyone.
Let's try and have a look at their running now, because it'll be updated.
I know they've got Brighton and Brentford, the last 2 league games of the season. I know they've got Arsenal next.
Premier League. Yeah.
And then the rest are, I think they've got Everton away as well. They've got some tricky games, but in terms of the title race, I don't think they've got trickier games than Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal have still got to go to Brighton away. They've still got to go to they've just gone to West Ham. I think they've still got to go to Newcastle as well. So they're going to find it difficult to keep pace. And then obviously they've got the Etihad Tuesday or Wednesday coming up. So it's going to be nip and tuck, but Man City have left themselves in an extremely strong position. I wanted to win today massively because we can now just put that final to bed. We've got no more games between now and the final. apart from the league games. We've got no other competitions. Obviously, I was disappointed to go out against Sevilla, the fashion that we did as well. Such a poor performance against Sevilla. But again, we've shown great character, and I've got to give credit to the lads. Like I said, two centre-halves, your two main centre-halves out, and De Gea booming it long for 90 minutes. It's a struggle. Do you know what I mean? We couldn't play out from the back. First half was terrible today. Second half, we stepped up and we started to get a foothold in the game a little bit more, became a little bit more confident, a bit more brave in possession. But I was just worried about our competitive nature in the game, Scott. Like, at times, we just kept losing second balls. Brighton just looked a lot stronger than us. Like, in the summer, I just want some characters to come in that just can't be crossed. Some meaner characters, some aggressive characters that just dominant, more dominant and bully people.
Absolutely. Just looking at the Man City fixtures here. So obviously they got Wednesday night. Are you free Wednesday night? Should we do a live for this? It's going to be like a World Cup final, I think.
Yeah,
and
we have to.
It'll be a great game, especially if Man City blast them, because they blasted them at the Emirates. So surely they will blast them even worse at the Etihad. So
you would think so on paper, but I mean, I'm not saying Man City aren't going to win. I do expect Man City to win the game, but you just can't rule Arsenal out totally. They're too good a team, but you can't see past City for that.
God, the games do come thick and fast, though. So if you look at that, Wednesday they've got Arsenal. 4 days later, Fulham.
Fulham are finished though. They're mid-table, not going anywhere. Fulham, they're not even on it at the minute.
3 days later, West Ham. Another 3 days later, Leeds. So what's that? In the space of
12 days, 5 games.
In 10 days. They've got 4 games in 10 days. That's mad. Then it's Real Madrid. Another 3 days later. Look, so they play the 3rd, the 6th, the 9th.
That's
3
stupid,
games
really.
in 6 days. How is that even possible?
Yeah, they could put one of the games on a Sunday, couldn't they?
And then they've got a 5-day rest for Everton. And then it's only three days until Man City again.
Then 5 days till Chelsea. Then 3 days till Brighton.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's mad.
It's a big schedule, that.
It's only if they can get to the final then. So they'll have a nice break between the last game of the season, then Man United in the final, and then another 7 days later if they're in the Champions League final. That's a hell of a schedule.
Well, if you look at those games, can you see which games can you actually see them coming unstuck in?
Well, it's none of them really, but when you're playing every 3 days and you're starting to rotate the crap out of the starting lineup, Arsenal will be looking at it and seeing just a little chance, won't they?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, if they can get out of the Etihad with a draw, it could really flip it on its head, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, mate. And I think your game against Forest showed that yesterday. Those teams scrapping down there, they're not foregone conclusions.
Yeah, they're not
teams,
gimmies, are they?
I mean, no, they're not at all. So yeah, forget the fixtures now. Every game's tough. Everyone's fighting for stuff. Apart from, like I said, there's a few clubs: Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Wolves. I would put in that bracket now. They're safe and they're not really playing for anything. If you're playing one of those teams, then you're cool. Everyone else, you got to be on it to earn your points.
But looking at it, that 4 games, them 4 games in 10 days, 3 of them are at home. I mean, that'll be huge. Home to Leeds, they'll win that. Home to West Ham, they'll win that. Home to Arsenal, you think they're going to win that. And the only away is Fulham. And Fulham haven't been doing too great. Yeah, they'll win that. But it's all to play for.
Yeah.
Sum up Ten Hag. He's reached another final, another domestic final. He's top 4 comfy. Are you still happy with his progress?
Oh, massively, mate. Like, you just got to look at today, the back 5 on paper, how patched up it is. Like, you've got one of your centre-backs is a left-back. The other centre-back's 5th choice centre-back. And you've got 2 full-backs. One's out of contract playing left-back. And the other one didn't have a future at the club 5 months ago. Do you know what I mean? And we're in an FA Cup final against probably arguably one of the informed teams along with Manchester City in the league. So you've got to give it some credit. We've kept a clean sheet today. De Gea as well. I'm going to include him because I've given him a lot of criticism and everybody else has. He's kept a clean sheet. I can't moan. So I have to give credit today because I think a lot of people thought Brighton would beat us comfortably today. I think everyone thought it would be tough. But I think people thought Brighton would come out on top, and we've managed to get over the line again. And we showed a lot of spirit, a lot of determination. It was a hard watch at times. There wasn't really anything going on for us in the first half today at all. But yeah, Ten Hag, I've got to give him credit because he just gets us over the line. And like you said, we've won one cup. We're in another final. We're in the top 4. It's beyond what anybody would have expected Man U to be achieving in this first season, I personally think. And I know people will argue with me saying we've spent 200 million and the squad's good and all this, but I don't know. I sent my brother and my mum a graphic. It was out of The Athletic talking about United's squad and every position and what players are in the position. Mate, there's so much dead wood in our squad. We've got like 8 centre halves, and they consist of like Eric Bailly loan, like Twanzebe, like all on like 100 grand a week. I'm like, this squad needs chopping to bits, mate. So to where we are now and the progress we've made so far has been brilliant in terms of the results. But in terms of identity and stuff, he needs more players to see what he truly wants to do.
Thursday night, are you apportioning any of the blame on Ten Hag? Or was it just one injury too many and it is what it is?
No, I've got to put some of it on the manager. I have to. Like, it's his team, and whether he's got all the players that he wants or not is irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's changing the culture. He's trying to change the culture, I should say. He's changing the mindset. He's changing the mentality, the winning mentality, and sort of how we approach games. So I expected us to be more up for Thursday night than we were. But like you said, you can have whatever game plan you want. You can be as up for it as you want. If you're going to make mistakes like we did on the Thursday, you're not going to win any football match. Do you know what I mean? We would have had to have scored 4 to go through away at Sevilla. That was never going to happen. We gave them 3 goals. De Gea was awful, at fault for 2 goals. Maguire was absolutely awful. But there's a thing what I call trust. Like, none of them, De Gea don't trust Maguire. Maguire thinks he's better than what he is and uses scapegoats to get out of his playing ability. So it's a recipe for disaster, and it's no coincidence. If you think back to when Ronaldo was there and he was falling out with Maguire, he must have just been thinking, how is this guy able to dictate how things are run in this squad and in this club when he can't play football well himself?
Can't do his own job, yeah.
Exactly. And Ronaldo called him out on that. So I think Maguire has to leave for the benefit of everybody else, and you'll see a lot better performances from other people.
Tom's in the comments. Big up.
Hi, Tom.
Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Big up. Unlucky Brighton. Yeah, it was unlucky. Anyone that goes out of a cup semi-final on penalties, it's heartbreaking, especially Solly March. I'm sure he's a local lad as well. Like I said, he's come up through the leagues with Brighton. I'm sure he has for about the last 10 years, his whole career. So he'll be a Brighton lad. He was in tears at the final whistle, but that's what happens on penalty shootouts, isn't it, Trav? It's just there's got to be a loser. Yeah,
like you said, it's unfortunate. You just feel, and obviously I'm elated that we've gone through, but it is a sickening. You don't like to see anybody miss a penalty at all. I think you'd rather the keeper save it. Do you know what I mean? If someone's blazing it over the bar and they've mishit it, you're just going to feel awful, and it will take him a few days to get over that. Bless him. It's not a nice feeling at all. Missing the one penalty as well. It's not like a few players missed and it's like merged in with a few others. The one miss cost them, and Lindelof was managed to get victory for us. But yeah, it's just a shame somebody has to lose on the day.
The thing is, he'll be reliving that penalty tonight. It'll be the first thing he thinks of when he wakes up tomorrow morning. It will knock the stuffing out of him for the rest of the season. He'll just have to pick his head up. But listen, from a neutral, it is a better FA Cup final with the Manchester clubs in there. Brighton would have given Man City a game. They would have. It would have still been a good final. But for the neutral, Man United versus Man City, the first time it's ever been a domestic cup final, Trav.
Yeah,
That's
the
correct.
first FA Cup Manchester Derby final ever.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. What do you think the odds will be for that? Do you think the bookies will have it quite close, or do you think Man United will be out like 4-1 and
Yeah.
Man City are odds on?
Odds on Man City. Odds on Man City. I can't look past them, mate. Be interesting to see what Pep Guardiola does, because obviously he's been playing Ortega in goal and stuff like that. But when it comes to if it's to win the treble or whatever, or the second as part of a treble, he'll be going as strong as possible. He'll be Edison and all the big boys in there, and we'll be going strong and everything like that. So I'm just a little bit disappointed that the semi-finals are at Wembley. Like, it's a big pitch,
I've
and
never agreed with it. Never.
neither do I. I think it's awful. Like, it takes that special nature out of the occasion, doesn't it? Like, you've already been there twice. Like, it makes no sense to me. I don't know where they got that idea from, but I think it needs scrapping. They need to have the semi-finals on 2 neutral grounds in the Premier League, and then the finals at Wembley. But it's going to be a great final. It really is.
I hate the 4:30 kickoff as well in the final. Get
Yeah.
it back to 3:00, the only game on that day as well, so that everyone can have the build up just about that game.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have all other games. They'll have playoff games in the Championship or League One and all that, and then they shoehorn it in at 4:30. It's almost a bit like getting it out the way. Well, how do you expect us fans to treat it
Get
like
up
it's
for
a
it.
special occasion and get up for it when it's just getting shoehorned in for TV purposes?
Mate, I used to remember the days when the coverage used to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like you're seeing like David James in his white suit at church and stuff. It was crazy. You remember the FA Cup finals and that? It was like a full day
1995,
out.
that was.
It was, wasn't it?
Or was it
Yeah.
96? 96 it was, yeah. 95 was Everton.
Cantona through everyone, the little volley on the back. Yeah, on the back.
Liverpool's green and white away kit.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
It was, but yeah, they were the days, mate. The FA Cup used to be brilliant then, when it was like an all-day thing, and you was like cup final day. You was like, you had anxiety and nerves from like 11 o'clock in the morning, big breakfast, and you was like really up for it. Now it's just so diluted, but they can get it back. They can get it back if they want to. Do you know what I mean? And I think how you get it back is, like you said, with the coverage and how the TV work it. But I think teams as well, they just because the Premier League's just so loaded with like financial incentives, finishing top 4 and stuff like that. No one puts strong teams out. Like teams like Brighton, Spurs, I even put in that bracket, who don't actively go for the league. Even us, because we haven't challenged for the league for ages. These cup competitions are important. Do you know what I mean? You should be putting your strongest team out in these competitions, and the glamour will soon come back.
The thing is, to win the FA Cup, you only get about 2 million.
Yeah,
it's like not even
this
worth
is what
it.
I mean. Nah, it's not. It's disappointing, ain't it? Really.
So, Martinez and Varane, what's the chances of them being back for the final? So
no
it's
chance,
a good
Martinez.
It's a good 5 weeks away.
No chance, bro.
He's out for the season.
Yeah, he had an operation. He might. I think he'll be back for the start of pre-season, maybe. But yeah, he's broken for operation. Varane was a few weeks at first, but there are new reports that it might be the rest of the season, which will be a big blow. Obviously, if he misses the final, I don't expect him to play in the league again. But if he can be back for that final or a couple of games before the final, that would be huge for us. He could play alongside either Lindelof or Shaw. I think Lindelof probably deserves to play after today's showing.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to set it up after Maguire's horror show on Thursday night. Do you think even if he wasn't suspended, he would have got the nod today?
Who, Maguire?
Because he's been on the bench with Shaw at centre back, hasn't he? Do you think Ten Hag would have done that today anyway if he wasn't suspended?
Well, this is the thing. If today's not enough evidence that Maguire should be last in the pecking order, I don't know what will, because I think Lindelof was very good. I still don't think he's good enough to have a long-term future at United. He's been there long enough now, and he's not nailed down a starting berth. So I think he needs to move on. But still, Ten Hag can do himself some favours and play the best possible players that we've got. And we've just got to stop this Maguire sentiment. It's not doing anyone any favours. Like, he's got to play Lindelof from now to the end of the season, nailed on as one of those starting centre halves, whether Varane comes back or not. But I would just go Lindelof Shaw. I really would. I would go Lindelof Shaw if Varane's not back, because there's just Maguire just is a bag of nerves and just sets everyone else off. We can't literally play with Maguire. We just concede goals for fun. We can't afford to at all.
The thing is, I think even Maguire's head's gone now, isn't it? I know
Yeah.
you said in your short today he's one of the most arrogant players you've ever come across, which we know it's his arrogance is covering up for his insecurities, knowing that he's in the mud. But after Thursday night and this season as a whole, his confidence must be absolutely shot. He must be just looking forward to the summer, getting on a summer holiday with his missus, speaking to his agent and finding his next club for a fresh start.
The quicker he does that, the better for him, the better for us. And I think now, like, from now to the end of the season, like you said, you've hit the nail on the head. We should be having these conversations now before he starts even trying to play his way back into the team and stuff. Look, you've seen this performance today, clean sheet, De Gea booming it. Whatever way we won today and we didn't concede. And as a fan, I felt a lot more relaxed without Maguire playing. I know I did that short today, but I was being genuine. I didn't feel like a mistake was going to come through, like a bad pass or a bad error of judgment or a lack of pace or just all those alarming things that Maguire brings. Even you as a neutral, did you feel like that watching it about Maguire as well?
Oh, you know me, mate. I've been slating Maguire for the last 4 years. And he's the worst ever Premier League buy. And I'm not even talking about the price. I mean, like, he's not even a footballer.
Yeah.
He's a truck driver. He's a bin man. He is. He's absolutely rubbish. But yeah, after Thursday night, it's almost funny now, isn't it, watching him play?
Yeah.
And that's cruel.
Yeah.
It's actually cruel. And that's from a neutral fan to watch him, because we're all like, wait to see what he does. Wait to see what he messes up. And it's like, cut him a break. And you get people on TalkSport defending him. He needs a fresh challenge. He should move clubs, recommending teams that should be in for him, like Villa or Newcastle. When I listen to these pundits, I think you're flogging a dead donkey.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near good enough for Newcastle. Villa are on
nowhere near.
They want to ruin it.
Exactly.
And then not even that, you get onto the point of his contract. He's on like 250k a week, isn't he? He's not getting that anywhere. So
he's
then he's going to have a decision to make. Yeah, exactly. So he's either going to have a decision to make. I'm either going to leave because I want to play football on half the money at most, or he's going to say, I'm going to stick out my contract. But I know you think I've been gassing the last 4 years. I've always said he will leave on the end of his contract because he's that crap. No one will buy him. Man United will realise he was a dud, and he will leave after his 5-year contract, which is it another year after this one?
Yeah,
how long has he been there?
After this? He came in Ollie's first season. Yeah, fourth year.
Well, that's
so he's got another year after this. I think Ten Hag, not in his defense, because we haven't got time for sentiment anymore. He's done the Mr. Nice Guy. He's tried to protect him in the media, said he's still the club captain, says he still values him, but his performances are throwing Ten Hag under the bus. Do you know what I mean? Like Ten Hag, they're making Ten Hag look stupid. And Ten Hag, that must have been the final straw for him today. And he didn't even play. Because he's like saying, I've seen this patched up back five, keep a clean sheet against arguably one of the most informed teams in the Premier League on that big pitch. And why would you then go and throw Maguire back in? Because his suspension's finished. To me, it makes no sense. I'll be really disappointed if we go into Spurs Thursday night and Lindelof gets benched for Maguire. It's actually a huge talking point now you're on it, because his suspension's finished. So I'll be really worried if I see Maguire come back in with Lindelof and Shaw go to left back. Because today, like Dalot as well, like out of position, yes, not natural, but obviously from tactical perspectives, like you might put Malacia back in if they've got pacey wingers. I'm not sure what Spurs team's going to play. But for me, there's no benefit.
You'll be hoping it's today's Spurs team.
Yeah, exactly. Who got packed in against Newcastle. But there's no benefit to putting Maguire back in a team. Do you know sometimes you put in a player and you think, oh, well, he's good in the air, or they've got pay. Maguire hasn't got an attribute that you could put him back in against Spurs and you say, yeah, he's playing for that reason. He hasn't got any attributes that he needs to go back into the team for. So I'll be watching Ten Hag with my hawk eyes, seeing what decision he makes on Thursday over Harry Maguire and whether he gets restored because he's the captain. And if he does, I'll be really, really annoyed about it. Really annoyed.
That would be on Ten Hag then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
On
Ten Hag.
If he does it and then it's a negative result. Because, like you say, Shaw has not put a foot wrong whenever he's played centre-back. If he's got either Malacia or Dallo that can play left-back, then surely it's a no-brain. You stick with Lindelof, then you're waiting for Varane. Martinez is obviously out. So that pushes Harry Maguire down to, what, is Phil Jones ahead of him? In the centre-back pecking order.
I think Bailly's ahead of him. And he's at Marseille, bro. Oh, Scott, don't kill me, mate.
But yeah, if Maguire comes in, it'll be a shock now. Like I just said, it's funny now. So I think even for Maguire's mental state, don't throw him in. Like, do him a favor. Just put him on gardening leave for the rest of the season, and then assess it in the summer. If you're lumbered with him, then he could just end up being on gardening leave like Phil Jones, collecting his money, getting nowhere near the match day squad, because Man United will probably reinforce even a little bit more in the defensive area.
Yeah.
As well as obviously a striker.
Do you think he can play for any team in the top 10? I don't think he can.
I don't, honestly, no gas. He's not even a Premier League player.
No, he's not. Like,
his lack of pace and his running style with them rickety legs is actually frightening. Like, he looks like he's won a competition. And he's trying his best and he can head the ball because he's a tall lad.
You know what he looks like, Scott? He looks like he's doing the sack race and he ain't even got a sack on. Let's move on from Maguire, man. I can't.
But yeah, look, Ten Hag, one domestic trophy in the bag, FA Cup final against Man City, which is going to be hard. That's hard on paper. Out of the Europa League, top 4 comfy. He's done exactly what you wanted him to do in that first season.
More than, like I said, I didn't think we would win any of the trophies. We've won one so far. We're in another final. It's good for the feel-good factor. It's very positive. The fan base are buzzing. We're showing resilience, which this team doesn't always show, but we do show it inconsistently, like this performance today. Certainly in the second half onwards, and Thursday night was just chalk and cheese, 2 totally different performances. And we've had these inconsistencies for years. Even in Ollie's defense, like, I've hammered him a lot, but like you said, there's a concoction. This squad is a concoction of about 5 managers. And you're gonna get these performances. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've been at the club for 6 years, being in and out of the team, being mistreated and not playing, you can't just expect somebody to be consistent in the performance levels. Like, there's a shelf life, and we need to be better at moving players on at the right time and replacing them with good, hungry players. And we don't do that well enough. Our recruitment needs to improve. And as much as we need to add players this summer, we need to get rid of a hell of a lot of players, as many as we can, really, of a certain list.
It's going to be a huge summer, isn't it? Right, mate.
Massive.
Congratulations on reaching the FA Cup final. That was cool, the penalty shootout live stream. If only Brighton could have seen it over the line, it would have made me happy. But I'm happy for you. But yeah, let's tune in Wednesday night if you're available and
Wednesday,
get a look at
big night.
Man City Arsenal game.
Huge.
Maybe we'll tune in from halftime onwards, something like that, and watch it.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. But yeah, Monday tomorrow. Let's hit Monday like a shark. Thanks anyone that's tuned in, made it this far. Really appreciate it. And Travis and I will see you on the next stream. Peace out. Cheers, Trav.
Peace.
Header. But Gerrard! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What